So here are the things that, some of the things you will learn in this class. This is just kind of a preview of everything that's to come. We're going to see how to calculate a grade, whether it's from a percentage standpoint or a point standpoint. We'll also look at creating a grade book, which I'll show you in a minute. We'll look at calculating a pension. We'll look at doing an investment amortization schedule, a loan amortization schedule. We'll look at creating charts. So here's a very nice column chart based upon this data up above. There are these little charts. You know, forever when I was in math, they called it graphs, right? But then you get into Excel and they call it charts. So when you hear chart, just think graph if you're used to the word graph. But there are also these little charts or graphs right here, which are called sparklines. So I'm going to show you how to create those little buggers too. We have here's a column chart. You know, here's a bar chart, pretty. Here's a donut chart. Here are scatter charts. We're going to see how to create all that. I'm going to show you how to copy data off of the web. Super useful, whether you're like, oh, I want some research data like employment percentage statistics worldwide right here, or I want some MLB data so I could start running my own Moneyball and trying to, like, you know, improve my betting ratio, or I want to grab competitor data like this data from REI, which when I copied it from the web did not come in a really friendly format. So I'll show you how to parse that data, and this looks pretty intimidating, but you'll be able to do it no problem by the end of this course. And then by parsing the data, you'll be able to get that data into a really nice and lovely format right here where you'll be able to work with it. I'll also show you how to transpose data. So this was that same MLB data, but now the baseball players' names are up on the top as opposed to the side. So I've just sort of switched the columns and the rows so I can look at the data in a different way. And that's a really useful, nifty little trick to know about. We'll also take a look at creating data tables, which is a real easy way once you sort of have some sort of a formula where you have two variables working to produce a third answer. And here we have a loan amount and an interest rate working together to produce a payment. You can put together a data table which will real quickly sort of calculate, you know, all of the different payments based upon the interest rate and the loan amount. And I'll verify that just by calculating everything manually so you can see how to do it both ways. We'll also take a look at errors and warnings and formula auditing and what the heck all these things are and what they mean and how to deal with them. It's no big deal. And we'll take a look at formatting, so you know the table before and after, and how to quickly and easily make things look like that, or to do stuff like this where we add in a little piece of art and some circles and an arrow and some cool looking words and a little button which we could actually click, and that will take us places like to more buttons where we could create shapes. Very nice shapes. Or we could create smart art like this, you know, like you want to put in something like a organizational hierarchy chart, or to infinity and beyond, or input, processing, result. Or we'll look at how to create equations. I love it. That looks awesome. That looks like I'm so smart. Or we'll look at how to create our own equations from scratch, right? So if the one we wanted isn't in one of these choices right here, we can create our own from scratch. We'll also look at inserting symbols. So there's a little arrow symbol, and look at that. There it is right there. I used it right there. So boom, I jump on over, and oh my gosh, what if I wanted to create my own buttons and then line them up? We'll look at how to do this cool thing here, which I'll show you just to whet your appetite. Or I select all the buttons, and then I go to where? No, I go to Format, and I choose Align, and I say let's align the lefts, and then let's distribute them vertically, and boom, look, they're all nicely laid out. I love it. All right. So what else are we going to do? We're going to learn how to write formulas and what the difference is between relative, absolute, and mixed references.